15 at the time, and you just felt like you were just showered. Like you honestly just took a shower and you were so clean and you felt good, and that's what I felt.
And fresh stuff.
Yes, and because I've always felt that energy off my daughter, I felt the release from her, so I knew she felt very similar and very clean and very light. And you know what? It wasn't really them who, let's say, I don't want to say messed up or did anything wrong. They didn't. It was them actually to remind me.
They were just kids.
You know, they were just being kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's that I'm wired to go, oh, the milk is spilled. I know Nev did it because Kate wouldn't do that. So, you know, those are the things that I still went to a month or two later, and my little girl would say, hey, Daddy, but didn't you say that I wasn't going to get that? I said, you know what, sweetheart, you're absolutely right. I apologize. I go, I'm still working on myself to get there, and you're right, and I'm not going to blame you. Let me find out who did this. And that's how it worked. So, you know, I don't even think she's been punished since then, you know, because it always feels like she's being punished and blamed for things because it was just the go-to child, you know, looking for that attention. But now, even though she's probably has done a few things, but we actually, I talked to Kate first and said, hey, did you do this or did Nev do this? So I talk it out, and I have to make sure I'm a conscious adult doing this and the parent. And I think that's the greatest gift I can bring to the table now is being that conscious step-by-step every day to not blame, and that this is like a whole new family relationship. And,
right,
you know,
absolutely.
like you said, yeah, it's training your brain again, and I have to train my brain not to go and blame my daughter. And I work on myself. Right. And I want to.
Exactly. And we're all, no matter what the age is, as long as we're on this earth, we are learning and growing ourselves. So it's a beautiful thing that you are conscious because you're aware. You're aware of when you say something or make a choice that may not be to the highest good for all. And that's all part of being conscious. And then you can repattern whatever you were doing to be, you know, for everyone, including yourself.
Yeah, and I think with this, I want to say really quick about this new conscious that, you know, is now obviously coming in here. It is here. And that, you know, back in the day, my parents, you know, was like, you know, you listen to me, respect your elders, you're punished, this is what you have to eat, this is what you have to wear. And, you know, they also put a roof over our house and clothed us. These days, what I know is that I clothe my daughter, we feed my daughter, and we put a roof over our house. But the rest of the rules are all the same. We respect each other the same, and I'm going to learn more from my kids than I've ever learned from any adult, to be honest with you. I mean, my
absolutely.
Son alone,
they are the teachers.
Yes, and I think parents today need to know that their child is the true teacher. They are coming from source closer than we were, you know, because we've lived longer and we've been, you know, taking on these habits of media and everything else in the world, but that they're so much purer and that they're today wanting that respect. And back in the day, no, you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had to give my dad respect, but he didn't have to give me respect. But today, it's different. I give my daughter respect, and she has to give me respect, and there's no age, and it's about energy. And I just want all parents out there to know that let your child show you the way. Forget about the old habits. Drop them off. Because my son's taught me more about forgiveness and love because that's all he knew. He didn't know anything else. He only knew how to love and forgive. And that's where I picked up most of my stuff. Because of him, a book was written. You know, because of me or because of him, I was able to go and speak everywhere, you know. And the same thing for my daughter. She's taught us so much. And for my wife, to learn that, oh, my God, here's this child who's caused me so much grief has been one of the greatest tools in my entire life to be a better version of myself. As long as we're conscious to understand that that's what we're trying to do for ourselves, is better ourselves.
Right. So having Cade with autism really became a gift.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Which was hard to see years ago, but today you can do so.
Oh, I can very much do so.
And I just want to mention, you know, we talk about this, and it's like, if we had the choice today to say, if we had to go back in time and have Cade, a typical developed child today, would we change that if we could? And I would say no. I love everything, even though we had went through struggles. Me and my wife would not be who we are today for that. Right. So we wanted the autism, you know, at that time.
Yeah. Even going through the darkness, as horrendous as it was, when you're on the other side, you realize then that's a gift. And it just, that's why we're here on this planet, is we are to learn. We are to change our thoughts, have the ability to do that, and to evolve as people. And how we do that is through all these experiences, some lighter, some darker, but really that's what we signed up for. And it's a whole lot easier to say years later, though,
Sure. It is.
When you're in it, it's, yeah.
And so, we all ask for each other. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Well, I was going to ask you how it has changed your life, but you really explained. And Tania, how has it changed your perspective of being a mom?
How has it changed my perspective of being a mom? I don't sweat the silly stuff anymore. That's for sure. I'm a lot more chill than I was. And so I can sit back now and enjoy life and enjoy my children. Just really just take it all in. And, I feel so empowered, too. Like, this experience is, I just feel so invincible. I know it sounds stupid, but
it is not. It is not. It is amazing. It does not sound anything but amazing.
Well, you worked hard at it, and you deserve the reward. You went through a very hard time, and you changed. You didn't have to change. That's our free will. But you were conscious enough. You had enough of light to trust and have faith and hope and move into that direction to live the light and reap the benefits today.
I disagree. I think it was a lot of luck. And the fact that I was married to you was a big
I don't believe in luck.
No,
well, that was, whether it's luck or not, being married to someone that's conscious and coming already knowing that innate love unconditionally, certainly, Tania, that is a gift.
Well, yeah,
and James John, don't sell yourself short, because coming from that place is power, and Tania was brave enough to feel that and make the changes.
Well, okay, if you say so.
Yes, you were. You have to believe that, and that all comes with learning to love yourself just the way you are. It all comes with that, and that will happen. And because you already are there with feeling the power of, what the universe can do for us when we're on the same page. If we're
right on,
when we're on the same page of love, that's when all the magical things happen. And so before we go, we have a few minutes. What would you like to leave the listeners with? There's so much to learn. Obviously they need to buy the book, When Autism Becomes the New Awesome, the story of how my son beat the odds and secrets parents need to know, by Tania Malaniak. She is on Amazon, so you can pick up the book there. You can also pick up LAF's first children's book, How to Love Myself and Others. But is there one thing or each of you take a turn to say, what do you want to leave the listeners with, those parents out there?
Okay, I want them to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it starts with them. They have a beautiful, beautiful gift before them. If they are a parent with a child with autism, don't say, why me? Say, thank you, God. And understand this is a beautiful lesson for you, and you're going to feel really enriched, and you're going to find so many amazing, amazing things that will enter your life when you open up your heart and allow forgiveness to enter your heart. And just know that there is so much goodness ahead of you. Just stay strong, because that's a very big part of it. You have to be very, very strong. Don't let autism be an excuse for bad behavior. But with that in mind, have love and don't have hate in your heart, because that is the worst poison for your child. If you fill yourself up with love, that child will peek right through their cocoon, their autism cocoon. That's what I call it, when a child is not aware of their surroundings, as if they're almost a blind person. that cocoon will unravel itself if the environment that you provide your child is of love and of peace and of harmony. You'll get a lot of your kid when you're a happy person. So find happiness within, because that child will bloom from your happiness.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
James John, do you have a couple of sentences as we go out?
Yeah, absolutely. I would just go a little, exactly repeat what she would say, but to know that, if you think, why me? Why? Because you picked this child, as this child picked you, and that you were supposed to be here on a life path together and learn from each other. So it's taking that, surrender to it, understand that if there's, educate yourself, don't be ignorant and care about what your friends think or if they judge you. Love your child, get them the best help you can. The earlier stage, the better. That's very important. And to communicate mostly with your significant other to say, this is what's going on. And to really feel, be you, be that new consciousness, and to just surrender to the moment and do the best you know how. That's the only way. That's what I feel. And I do want to say one last thing before we go off. I know my wife's going to kick my butt for this, but I just want to say to my wife, Tania, I love you so much. I really love you so much. And I'm so proud of you. Thank you.
You made us cry.
Well, such an incredible way to end the show. It's been such an honorable hour, very powerful. So I want to thank you both for coming on and sharing your hearts and your innermost thoughts, which really will travel through that vibration. So thank you. And for everyone out there in the world, as I always say, share this show with someone else so that they can hear the wisdom. And for all, everyone have a most beautiful week.
Are you seeking a clearer path to love? Then tune in to the Love by Intuition show next week. All designed to your highest good. To contact Deborah Buffet, owner of Empowered Connections, call her at 508-226-1723. That's 508-226-1723. Or link on to lovebyintuition.com. Remember, we are all one, and we are all part of the miracle of love.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.